Willie D Live.
What's up, family? One of the most anticipated fights of the year is going down on September 13th in Las Vegas. Undisputed middleweight champion Canelo Cinnamon Alvarez will put his belts on the line against Terence Bud Crawford in a monster of a fight in Las Vegas, fam. Who will prevail? Bud is stepping up to super middleweight in an attempt to become a 5-division champion, something no man had done until Tommy Hearns did it in 1988. Since then, there have been a few boxers who have become sextuplet champions. Before I give y'all my opinion, let's take a look at the tail of the tape. Their ages. Canelo is 34, Bud is 37. So you give that edge to Canelo, because in boxing, youth is a commodity. Height. Canelo is 5 feet 7.5 inches tall. Terence Crawford is 5 feet 8 inches tall. So you give the slight edge to Terence Crawford right there. The reach. Canelo is 70.5 inches tall. Terence Crawford is 74 inches tall, which gives him an almost 4-inch reach advantage. Their weight, Canelo is a middleweight and Bud is a lightweight middleweight. Records. Canelo is 63 2-2, 39 knockouts. Bud is 41-0 with 31 knockouts. Canelo's last fight was a victory over William Skull. It was a unanimous decision on May 3rd, 2025. Bud last entered the ring on August 3rd, 2024, where he defeated Israel Madrimov in a unanimous decision. Both of these guys are highly respected and feared in the game of boxing. Both of them have had stellar boxing careers, and both of them are shoo-ins for the Hall of Fame. But on September 13th, there can only be one winner. And based on their strengths and weaknesses, I gotta call a strike and a ball, fam. Let me break it down for you. Canelo's strengths are his versatility, his timing, his head movement, and he's an excellent counterpuncher. His weaknesses, slow body movement, and he's a weak jabber at times. Now let's take a look at Bud. Bud's number one strength by far is his adaptability. If you are in a fight with Terence Bud Crawford, he is going to bring the entire toolbox, and he's going to use any tool he deems necessary to get the job done. Whatever tool he got to put in, trust you me, he got an entire box full of tools. So his number one strength is his adaptability. He has very good power from a distance, and his speed is A-OK. Yeah. Now his strengths, his weaknesses are that he has a tendency to start off slowly. That could get him in a jam if he faces a fighter who starts off fast and who can rack up some rounds early and can sustain the pressure, right? If that happens, he could find himself in trouble in the later rounds trying to make up for those rounds that he gave away. The other thing is Bud is susceptible to the big punch. So he's going to have to bring his A-game defense in order to fend off Canelo Alvarez, because you do not want to get caught. I do believe, all things considered, Terence Bud Crawford will not only win the fight, but he is going to dominate the fight. If there is a decision, the decision will be unanimous. It ain't gonna even be close. Now, I know some of you Alvarez fans are thinking, man, you don't know what you're talking about, Willie D, man. Shut up, man. It's gone. You go to hell. You know, I know y'all be talking really reckless like that, right? But hey, man, you know, that's my opinion. You got your opinion, right? You got your opinion on who you think is gonna win and why you think that person is gonna win. I just told you what my opinion is and why I think Terence Crawford is going to come out victorious. And here's another thing. Terence Crawford has that extra thing about him where his heart will not allow him to fail. The dude is one of the most competitive people I've ever seen in my life. I don't care if he's playing basketball, boxing, or wrestling. He's trying to win. And he's very good at a lot of things. He's very competitive. I think that Terence Bud Crawford is going to bring the best that we've ever seen when he fights Canelo, because he's one of those fighters that he's going to fight very well no matter who he fights. But the bigger the fight, the bigger the performance for him. But what say you, fam? Drop a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. No more talk.